Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that you guys have been asking for a very long time, and it is a recipe video. I usually don't do cooking videos because I feel like I need like an elaborate setup and stuff, but this time I was like, you know what? I'm just going to film it, and the most important part is my point gets across, you guys get the recipe, yada yada yada. So today I'm going to be making 2 protein bars that you can do yourself at home. They're super easy to make. You don't need any special type of ingredients or whatever. I really love protein bars. I like to eat them, but the problem is sometimes the sugar and the calories can be a little bit too high for me. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make my own. Both of these recipes are going to be super easy. One of them is a oatmeal and peanut butter protein bar, and that one does involve a little bit of baking, but the other one, which is a date protein bar, involves absolutely no baking, no heat required. You just refrigerate it and you're good to go, and they both taste so good. I will leave the recipes down below for you guys, so if you guys don't catch anything during the video or whatever it is, you have it down below. And the approximate macros, I'm not going to be 100% sure because it is homemade and each serving size is a little bit different. But if you do want to be like super accurate, you could totally weigh it out and measure it out so you could have like the exact number of calories and protein in each bar. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to be making is the oatmeal and peanut butter protein bar. So the first thing you're going to need is 2 eggs. You can use any type of eggs, just as with anything in this recipe. I used 1 cup of organic peanut butter and 2 cups of oats. I use the just regular old-fashioned oats. I don't believe these are quick cooking or anything like that. And about a handful of walnuts, just because I really like the texture and taste of walnuts. For some flavor, I add cinnamon. You can also use pumpkin pie spice, clove spice, whatever you really like. The baking soda in this recipe is going to give it that lift and cookie-like texture. And then also, of course, you're going to want to use any type of protein you like. I use unflavored. This is Vital Proteins, and it's from Costco. I love this brand. It's amazing. And just a hand mixer to make your life so much easier. We're going to start just combining everything together. It's such a simple recipe. You don't need to be a chef. You don't need to know how to bake. But I will say, please preheat your oven right now to 350 degrees because I forgot to say so before. I pretty much use the hand mixer to mix together the eggs and peanut butter because they're so sticky and I don't want to bother with a spoon. And then I'm also just going to be using the hand mixer to mix in my cinnamon and my protein powder. Depending on what type of protein powder you use, you can go ahead and add as many scoops or as little scoops as you'd like. I use 4 scoops because I like my bars to be packed with protein, because I usually kind of use them as meal replacements sometimes. So once again, up to you. So once I have the peanut butter mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and add my dry ingredients, which is the oatmeal and the walnuts. And you guys are going to see I actually forgot to add the baking soda, so I add it at the end. And I just use my spoon to mix the oatmeal along with some of my fingers, just because I feel like this is the most annoying part, is getting the oatmeal to kind of combine with the sticky peanut butter. But trust me, it's worth it. Once everything is combined, I'm just putting it onto a cookie sheet. I like to line it with foil just so everything doesn't stick. Now this part, I try to use a spoon a couple times, but I find that using my hands, just washing your hands and using your hands to kind of put everything together works out perfectly. I kind of make it into a rectangle shape, but you don't have to. I just did it for aesthetic purposes, you know. And once you have it to a shape that you like, you're gonna go ahead and throw it in the oven at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes till they turn kind of like this color right here. And here is the finished product. I sprinkled some granulated sugar on top just for fun, and it adds a little bit of sweetness if you do have a super sweet tooth. These are amazing. I'll leave everything down below, including the macros, and they taste just like a store-bought protein bar without all the added preservatives. So now it's time to move on to the date bars. Now these are great if you have a super sweet tooth. I have about 10 to 15 medjool dates here depending on the size. Half a cup of roasted, actually I'm so sorry, they're raw cashews, and then also half a cup of shredded coconut that has been shredded very fine. It's just what I had at my house. You could use regular shredded coconut, it doesn't really matter. About a handful of pecans or pecans, whatever you call them, and some unsweetened baking cocoa. Don't use any of like the Nesquik stuff because that has a lot of sugar. And of course with my protein powder that I love so much. Salt is really important, so make sure you have some type of coarse salt on hand. And if you wanted to add some more sweetness, you could use any type of stevia extract. I believe I got that one at Walmart. So the only, I feel like the hardest part about this recipe is the fact that you have to use a food processor, and it's just the name of the game because dates are really sticky and hard to mix up unless you use a food processor. So what I did do to make my life easier is I processed the drier ingredients separately, and then I added my dates. Now, as I did this process, I kept adding a little bit at a time of some hot water, and what this did was it just allowed the dates to kind of blend all evenly, and it made my life so much easier. So here I am adding the cocoa powder and also my protein powder. So once everything is all blended up, like the dates and the stuff, it should look something like this. And now what you're going to want to do is mix your date mixture with like your nut and coconut mixture. And again, with this part, so annoying is the mixing part, but I found this to be a little bit easier than the peanut butter. So basically just mix. And the best part about this, you don't have to preheat your oven. You're just going to want to put it on any type of tray. I found this. I lined it with some aluminum foil because this stuff is sticky when it's not refrigerated. And I'm going to do literally the exact same thing. I'm going to use my hands to kind of mold it into a shape that I would like. So once you pretty much have it pressed to a shape that you like, which I was, again, doing this for Instagram purposes. You could even do these into like little energy balls. I'm sure that would be great too. This part for me is super important. I love to add some like coarse salt on top because the sweetness of the dates and the nuts with the saltiness is just so good. But of course, if you're trying to watch your salt intake, then probably skip this part. But that's it. You're going to put this in the fridge for like 25 minutes and it's going to be so good. And here's the final result. They look amazing. I cut them into squares. Like I said, you could do little energy bites. diamonds, whatever it is. And I just think that they look really professional and cool. Like, it looks like a crunch bar to me, which I think is pretty awesome, and you don't have to feel bad about eating it. And here the both of them are. If you guys find any cool modifications to these recipes, please let me know down below because I would love to try them too. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any suggestions for recipes, or if you guys want to see me make like lunch items, breakfast items, leave it down below and I will definitely get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!